Hello, welcome to Magic Carpet Storytelling. Today's story is called Mr. Aesop's Story Shop, and this story is about a mouse and a lion. The shops were shutting. The noisy cries of the storeholders and the chatter of the customers had died down, and at the end of the day, in the corner of a Greek marketplace, things were just getting started. A little bold man with bandy legs and a crooked smile laid out olives and cheese on a rickety table. And then, in a booming voice that belied his size, he called out to the people as they made their way home. "My name is Aesop. Once I was a slave, now I am a free man. I have refreshments to sell and stories to tell. Stop for a moment and enjoy." A little crowd gathered. Men, women, slaves, and children. "So what kind of stories do you tell?" somebody shouted from the back. "Myths? Legends? Adventures?" "I tell fables," said Aesop. "Stories with a moral, stories that make a point." And then, with a grin, he pointed to all the people in the crowd. "You're too small," he said. "You're too slow." Has anybody ever told you that? Lots of faces in the crowd nodded. "Well then," Aesop grinned, "perhaps this story is for you, because sometimes people use horrible things in order to stop somebody from doing what they really want to do. Listen. Once upon a time, there was a little mouse who lived in the middle of a great big forest. One day, this little mouse ran through the forest, squeakity squeak squeak, out of his hole, under a log and under a fallen leaf. He was looking for something to eat. Then, suddenly, he stopped. Something had a big paw on his tail. What do you think it could be? It had whiskers and a tail. A cat? That's a really good guess. Yes, it was a kind of cat. It was a very big cat with a very big roar. Yes, you're right. What a good guess. It was a lion. The lion picked up the little mouse and dangled above his big wide mouth. Oh. Just then, the mouse spoke. This surprised the lion. "Please don't eat me, big lion," the mouse squeaked. "I promise, but one day, if you let me go, I'll come back and help you." "But you're not very big," growled the lion. "You'll make a very tasty snack for me." "Please," said the mouse, "I'm not a tasty snack, and I promise, but one day I'll come back and help you if you ever need it." A mouse helping a lion? Seems very strange to me. A mouse can't help a lion. Don't be ridiculous. How could you possibly help me? small and rather cheeky, so I let you go this one time, but if you come back again, I will gobble you all up. I promise." "All right, big lion," squeaked the little mouse, and squeakity squeak squeak, he disappeared off into the forest. The next morning, the lion woke up with a big lion stretch, and a big lion yawn, and a big lion roar, because he was so hungry. And the lion leapt out of the cave. 1, 2, 3. He had leapt straight into the hunter's trap. The ropes of the trap were bound round him tightly. He could hardly move. The more he struggled, it got tighter and tighter until he was completely trapped. "Oh no," thought the lion, "the hunter is going to get me." And he was very, very scared. Just then, the lion heard a little voice. Squeak! Squeak! Who was it? The little mouse said, "Hello, big lion. I said that if you let me go, I would come back and help you one day. And today is the day." "But how can you help me?" said the lion, still rather scared. "The ropes are tightly bound around me, and I can hardly move. What can you possibly do?" "You see," said the little mouse, and then, squeakity squeak squeak, he jumped poof onto the lion's head, through the lion's mane, down his strong shoulders, and to the ropes. The mouse put his tiny little mouth around the ropes, and his tiny sharp teeth ripped the ropes, and snap! The ropes snapped in half. "Done it!" said the little mouse, and with the ropes bitten through, all the lion had to do was to stretch his big muscles, and he was free. The lion roared, and with the little mouse hanging off his mane, he leapt back through the forest to the safety of his cave. Once he was back home, he held the little mouse in his paw. "Little mouse, you said that you could help me, and I did not believe you. But today you saved my life, and I am very, very grateful. So now I will let you go and promise that you will never have to worry about me eating you again." "Thank you, big lion," said the little mouse. And the lion placed the mouse onto the floor of the cave, and the mouse ran away, squeaky, squeak, squeak, off into the forest. And that's the end. As the crowd left, Aesop smiled and said, "Don't let anyone judge you by the way you look. Remember, even the smallest little mouse can do the most amazing things. And that's the end.